Just over 24 hours after the storm, once impassable roads are now clear. In Woodbury, there were about 35 crews on the road at one time to help repair all the damage because this time they weren't messing around.
Once that rain started and that wind picked up, we knew there was going to be a problem.
The calls to emergency services came in immediately after that.
Trees down with wires, arcing wires, wires on fire.
This rapidly moving storm brought damaging winds that brought down trees throughout Woodbury. Over 5,200 residents would lose power.
It was as if I was on the inside of a ship liner looking out a window. It was just gray and dark. I couldn't even see the other side of the campus.
The storm caught Whit Balliet and his family by surprise. They didn't expect to see such tree damage from a storm so soon after Tropical Storm Isaias.
About 5 or 6 of them were all down right in one spot.
Those trees are now neatly piled up, no longer blocking the roadway into Hollow Park. In fact, Woodbury Public Works cleared every blocked roadway in less than 24 hours.
They are amazing out there, and I cannot thank them enough for what they do for the town.
Eversource was also quick to respond. Perkinson says that Eversource had over 30 crews working simultaneously in town to restore power. They checked in every hour with updates. Less than 100 people remain in the dark.
2 weeks ago, they just wanted their power back on a little bit faster than the last time.
They're saying by midnight, just about every person in town will be back with power, as all will be left to do is clear out these branches and trees, which could take some time. In Woodbury, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.